Hello and welcome. My name is Derek, and it is currently the 11th day of January 2021. It is 6:53 p.m. Eastern. As of the recording of this video, all bets, trades, and of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. You know, I displayed some Fibonacci earlier, and I was looking at this low earlier at 9 o'clock that came in at 30,700 on the round. Which, that's $400 above this number here at 30,304. It usually pierces extra. And I said earlier, maybe it's going to just, low today, 30,261. So, in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so hours, we got Bitcoin up greater than $5,000. And at the same time, we got Bitcoin down greater than $40 or $5,000 in just the last day and a half as well, too. So you can look at it from whichever perspective in which you want to do it. But let's do some more calculation from Fibonacci. Retracement within this high to this low. As to me, I think those will be very, very, very important levels. I haven't calculated them yet. I'm going to do so for the first time. The lows in today's session, 30,261. And with the same highs of 42,000 I'll use. And so 23.6 on the way up. Let's see how 32,700 worked out amongst this. And again, I haven't seen this yet today. They usually just be like, oh, whatever, it was luck. It kind of worked out. And maybe it won't. So how did we see on 32.7 from this low? Date major pierce above. Well, from this low, from this high here actually. But it pierced extra, so that's what it normally does. Higher lows it in here. And then as it came up to this resistance point, okay, next key level in the statement here, as we can see at the 1610 period, was that, okay, we got by it, we resisted it. I don't know how you stayed above it for 4 periods was spectacular. And then, within the statement made, okay, next level. And that next level comes in again that of 34,300. So let's go to 34.3, which would be, and it pierced extra. Well, I mean, this move here. We support it on this level. And now as we can see here, at like 1,800 hours, just just in the last hour, it's telling me that it's going to the next key level, and that 61.8, which is the big one. It comes in at 37,000 piercing extra. Obviously, nowhere close to that point as of yet. For this selling to be, at least for the intermediate term or anything better, for it to be a real move, it needs to hold and stay below that level. And unless this thing cracks fast and harsh, it's probably going to make it now to 37,000. Because to me, this is nothing more than a failed breakout if it doesn't make it there. And in a situation like this is where you'd be like, okay, what's more likely on the event price action makes it to 37 soon, that it does it pretty much without much of a downward correction, or we come back to 34 area first. I don't know. Could go either way, 50-50. Pretty close. Maybe one's favored over the other, but maybe not. As it goes, however, that's going to be the big point in here to get and hold and stay above this point. So far, within this uptrend that's been going on since breaking that 10,000 mark many weeks, but not that many weeks ago, buyers have been in spectacular control. And they will be, of course, until they're not. And there will be, and we've seen a bit of it now, but this might not be it, that of the harsh correction. Because one of the things that I wanted to point out was, and I talked about this before, was what happened last time and it broke above a major level here. I mean, let's look at this little bit in here. So here's a week where Bitcoin declined 23% after it had a week before where it declined 15%. So look at the numbers. It went from basically 3 down to that of 1,800 and change, losing noticeably more than 1/3 of its value in just a simple correction. So from 42,000 to lose 10, we've lost a quarter so far, and we did it in one day. And as I mentioned earlier in my video, as far as the higher this goes, the bigger this move is, the bigger the correction is going to be. It's already been a damn big move as it is already. So whenever it's ready to break down, it's going to break down below the lows and does it things. But does it do it now on this move or on a future move? And if it is a future move, at what price point higher does it go? Would it come at? Would it be at like 50, 60, 100,000 kind of price point? Because, what a fantastic move it's been already. And again, it could be that much more fantastic. I don't know how it's going to be playing out amongst the short term amongst that level. Okay. So as it goes, the date is January the 11th and it's a Monday. The National Hockey League opens its season on the 13th, which is in 2 days. What I pretty much mastered last NHL season amongst daily fantasy sports via that of DraftKings is how to beat hockey, and really that in the hockey showdowns. Throughout the regular season, the way it generally would work out, it was very simple. More times than not, they let us only play one game a night, and it was the last game of the night usually, like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10:30 Eastern time. And some days they might give you a second game to play, but it wasn't that often. Throughout the regular season, it was a consistent average of about 8 to 9 games a week, with a couple games on Saturday, and the odd Tuesday or Thursday there might be 2 games, but it was generally one every single day. Then the National Hockey League playoffs came, and they pretty much went all out major force by putting a showdown on every single game. Well, there isn't a showdown on every game on Wednesday, but pretty darn near close. This is my upcoming bets that I have on DraftKings. 10 cents I got on college football for tonight's game. Interesting strategy. I probably should play more lineups to try, because it's a perfect game to do it on. But I don't know much about college football. A huge premium game for soccer tomorrow. I'm going $27 on it. And then NBA, 10 cents, really just participating in it. But I got $233 in stakes, and that number will continue to grow for hockey as there are showdowns in virtually every single game. As, again, like I mentioned, we got Montreal taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. So I'm playing this game. Chicago against Tampa, 8 o'clock. So what I'm going to have to do tomorrow, or Wednesday, I'm going to have to verify the lines of every single team. Just look at different strategies for every game, who are going to go together. And then I have to take the time to create the lines that I'm going to make, because I'm making 20 different combinations with every single game. So I have to do the 20 different combos. And then the verification time comes at 6:40. Who's playing Montreal, Toronto? Who are the late scratches? And that's the same thing with every game. Last 20 minutes. Check the morning skates. Chicago, Tampa at 7:40 to 8 o'clock. And then at 10 o'clock, there'll be a game between Vancouver and Edmonton. So 9:45 I'll be checking. Then 10:15 with St. Louis taking on Colorado. And I'm going to be playing all 4 of these showdowns, and I'm going to be hoping throughout the regular season that there'd be more volume, because the one problem I didn't like about that wasn't as good about the regular season is, and I'm looking at it moving forward, I only make so much, meaning it worked out that maximum bets most days were easily like a little over $100, and these numbers can be so much bigger because, 233 is the stakes, 200 of which pretty much in these showdowns are 180, 190 something, well 180, 160. There's tiers I got $20 on, $25 on, and I got $30 on the classic so far. But normally these bets would be higher. I got a bankroll of over 2,000, and it was 2,300 and change with all the open bets. I could easily do 10% a game. That's like 200 and change. And if it's a good game, I will. Unfortunately, I know how meta games work, and the first 3-4 days are the worst, and the playoffs are the best. So therefore, I'm going to have to no matter what, for the first 3, 4, 5 days, limit the stakes. But the stakes, of course, are still high, and the profit potential, I think, is large as it is. But it's going to be a very time-consuming event. So as far as getting videos out moving forward, I mean, a lot of it would be, don't be surprised if most of these videos come out near midnight. Because at that point, I'll just, like, for example, Wednesday night, what will I be doing at midnight? I'll be watching back and forth between Vancouver, Edmonton, and St. Louis, Colorado. And it might work out that I'm going to be just commenting, and I'm going to try the best that I can not to, but it's going to be hard. Or I'm going to be watching the games and doing these videos at the same time. And I'm going to have cheering mechanisms going on for different things within the game, based, of course, on my fantasy bets are moving within it. All right, so that's it for the fantasy, just that quick little update. I was asked about Litecoin. I meant to put that in before because I wanted to finish it off with DraftKings. And as I was doing the draft, I was like, oh yeah, Litecoin. And extremely volatile session today, and price action noticeably above Fib, closing in day after day after day. From January the 4th all the way up until yesterday. This thing was like, oh my goodness, is it ready to go? Is it kind of... And of course it didn't. Right now, price action has pierced even below this line. It's at this Fibonacci level as it goes. And if I look at some Fib from, what's the 2020 lows? Let's just do some quick Fib here. We have lows in at $25. Actually, I want to go for the pennies as well. So 2,500 pennies. And our most recent high, 100 and what? 186.34. And I forgot what the lower number was. And that was 20. How did I forget 25? That's my brain right now. Remember, that's why you might think, oh, you're good at counting cards. And you know what? If I could actually do this, I'd be fantastic. No, I don't count cards. I just add numbers in my head. And if I could remember the numbers that I'm adding together here and there, then I would do better. See, basically, and I'm pretty good at this, but I can take a deck of cards, count 51 cards, and tell you what the last card is. And I'd pretty much say I could do it every time. But you give me even odds and 20 minutes to practice, I would easily take even odds that I would guess the last card, because I'd probably get it right 3/4 of the time to 4/5. And then most of the times I'm like, oh, I know if I'm going to get it wrong, it's going to be wrong, because I know I screwed up in my math, not my counting. Anyway, this is math. So we got 115.99, 116, and that of 86 as key levels. 116 and that of 86. I'm going to fast forward this. The low today, 111. Come on, why does it always do that? Piercing extra by about $5. Yada, 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 yada. Okay. Let's see. Moving forward, how the 23.6 level holds, but after that, there's your key levels over there. For me, as it goes, there's going to be just really large volatile corrections, and I've been expecting and hoping for them, and today I'm disappointingly seeing it. Now, why I'm saying disappointingly is because it's not that the price is going down, it's just that with all the stuff going on since midnight, I haven't made a trade anywhere. I haven't made a single trade. And I kind of hope when the markets move like this, I mean, I don't care if I trade when everything's going down. It's just, why can't we have like such big volatility where it's just, of all the crossings, something's got to give me a move, or something decently overperforms something else that I got. But none of that's going on. Because in my spreadsheet with all the things that I got on here, what's close? 9% move with Bitcoin Cash and HBAR. It's not even over 10. And then these others are really relatively close. And Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, 8.7. Nothing's even close for me to make any type of trades anywhere. And I haven't made a trade since, oh goodness, it's been 24 hours or so. Yeah, it's been. And I talked to recently yesterday. It's all, nothing's dying on volatility. In fact, it's a huge volatile, just a situational event more than anything. But with the volatile moves, that gives me more crosses back and forth. And the more crosses I get, the more I'm going to profit on the long term. So, yeah. So, anyways, just to finish it off here, there you can see how this fib level twice held as support. The third time was unable to. And now, since 5:15 p.m. Eastern, it is 7:09 p.m. now. So, for about 2 hours now, it has been congesting in that area. Don't know if it's going to be support or resistance when it all plays out. If it's resistance, then the key fib will be from this low to this high, and the must-hold area would be around 124, 122 ballpark area. If it doesn't hold that, then, yeah, those lower areas could easily come into play. And at 38.2% correction is always going to be in play. And even the most bullish of bear markets, it could easily do a 38.2 if it hasn't done it yet. And it hasn't done this one yet from that low talked about. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.